Hello everybody, happy Friday. Hope you guys can see me okay. I think my lens is a little bit dirty. Let me just, here we go. Alright, get that going. How is everybody doing? Welcome. I'm so excited to be doing this again. It's been a hot minute since I've done a public live, so I'm very excited to share some information on one of my favorite herbs. If you're logging in with me live, go ahead and say hello so I know who's here. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and hashtag replay as well. So I think I'm good to go here. Just give me 1 minute, honey, so I can make sure the comments are showing up here. So I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes for some people to log in. And while I do, I will go ahead and cleanse the space. I hope you guys have had a good week so far. Fire. If you've ever done fire gazing, it's a beautiful way to open up your third eye. So I'm just going to cleanse the space for a moment as people go ahead and log in. Again, if you're logging on live, go ahead and say hello. Smells so nice. Hey there, Rebecca. All right, Aiden, you can take this.
Yummy, yummy. Yummy me, baby.
Alrighty. Yay. I'm so excited. It's been way too long since I've done any herbal magic. Which is crazy because it's literally my what's the word? Like base of life. I grew up around it. I've always done it. So because there's been such a huge gap of time that I've been doing herbal magic, it feels nice. It feels like I'm stepping into myself again, like the little piece that's been missing. So I'm so excited to get into this with you guys today, share some magic, some stories, some fun things. Hello, Felicia. So good to see you. Both of you girls are in the Goddess Gathering group. I love having you in the groups. It's so much fun. We're actually going to go way deeper into this topic in the group later. So we're just kind of doing like a baby taste of rosemary today in this public workshop. I have to show you look how cute this is. My little rosemary plant. I just cut all these branches from another huge plant and then put them in water in a teapot, and I thought it was just the cutest thing ever. So anyway, so I have my rosemary. We are going to do a fun little thing together with rosemary. If you guys have fresh rosemary, excellent. Go ahead and get it now. If you don't have fresh rosemary, that's okay. If you have rosemary essential oil, then that works too. Can be whatever brand, that does not matter. And then you're also going to need salt of any type, and then a little spray bottle. So I've got this. So those are your ingredients for today. Before we begin, I'll tell you a little bit about myself. For those of you that don't know me very well, my name is LaBrie. I grew up in the mountains of Vermont, like so far deep in the mountains. The closest grocery store was 45 minutes away from our house, so we were way, way, way out there. And it was a beautiful childhood. I loved my childhood. I strive every day to build something similar for Aiden. But I was homeschooled with my brothers, and we had a huge garden at our house. Almost all of our food came from it. Things that we did not grow on our own, we got from the farm that was down the street, like fresh milk and cheese and honey. My dad would hunt, so we had fresh game. And yeah, it was a very down-to-earth life that I grew up in. It was beautiful. And we never took medications. Everything that we had as kids growing up, my mom made. Most of it she made right from ingredients in the garden. So it was a beautiful way to grow up. And herbs and nature have always, since I was this tiny baby, has always been a major part of my life. So in that, it wasn't just medicine and food, but we learned tons of lore around herbs and flowers and different plants and trees and all of that fun stuff, and magic as well. So a lot of the what are they called, like old wives' tales, a lot of them are really based in magic. So for example, my mom also had huge flower gardens that were absolutely beautiful, and in those flower gardens she had things like foxglove, which attracts fairies. So lots of magic in my lifetime, just absolutely beautiful. And it's something that I've continued to just absolutely love. It's a huge part of my life. Aiden has never had medication that I did not personally make. Everything we do is as natural as possible. We do eat ramen now and then. Like, we definitely are not perfect, but as far as like herbs and flowers and lore and magic and all of that stuff, we definitely do our best. So I did also go to school to become an herbalist. I've taken many herbal classes, magical herbal classes, classes with shamans, all sorts of amazing stuff. I did write a book, Botanical Witchery, and it's full of recipes, folklore, all sorts of stuff. I'm going to go into the rosemary part of it today, just to kind of give you guys a little taste of that. And then the book comes with cards. So this is the rosemary card. I don't know if you can see it. I think my camera's really blurry, or I'm holding it too close. But anyway, so each card is a different plant, and it talks about the folk names, the deities associated with each plant, the magical properties, and the medicinal properties. So you can use these as like oracle cards, or just put them in your purse or your pocket and bring them out on nature walks with you. I only have 5 of these left in stock if you guys are interested. And I don't know when I'm going to restock, but you can get the book, just the book, on Amazon. So anyway, that's me. That's my quick little short story. How are you guys doing? If you're live with me now, tell me, because I'm very curious how you grew up. Did you also grow up around plants and herbs and folklore and all of that? I feel like at my young age, like my generation when we were little, I think it was a lot more talked about back then, and I feel like there's been this huge disconnect since then. Like the most recent generations, just really not there. Folklore is more laughed at and kind of not really talked about as much. At least that's my experience with friends and seeing other people. So I'm curious if you also grew up around herbal lore and herbal medicine and and running barefoot and climbing trees and building tree houses and all of that fun stuff. Or if you are possibly disconnected from it as well, which a lot of people have been. So my goal, one of my goals in life, is to help people reconnect with nature. Doing it one by one, plant by plant, flower by flower, tree by tree, is a really beautiful way to pay special attention to each one as you go along this journey. So today we're going to be starting with one of my favorite herbs, rosemary. I love this herb because you can use it for anything. It is nicknamed the all-purpose herb for a reason. You can literally use it for cooking, for medicine, for tea, for baths, for hair loss, for memory, for spells of like any kind. The list is just completely endless. So I thought this would be a good one to start with because it's nice and easy. It's not toxic, so you don't really have to worry about that. Of course, just double check that you don't have an allergy to it. But yeah, so this is rosemary. You can see, let me just move this out of the way. Here, let me get a slightly bigger one here. So this is rosemary. You can see the long, skinny leaves. And it's very fragrant. So rosemary is a masculine plant. Its planet is the sun, and its zodiac is Leo, which I also thought would be perfect because we are right now in the new moon of Leo. So perfect timing for this, perfect energy. And then its elemental sign is fire. So it's a very, very potent herb to use. It's just the best. So I'm going to get into my little book here and we're going to just share some fun stuff real quick. My book has been packed and all of the pages like melded together. All right, so actually let me look at my notes first. I'm a bit, my legs are falling asleep on the floor here. Okay, so I'm gonna go a little bit into like some folklore, and then history on rosemary, which I just absolutely adore folklore and history. So one of my favorites, and it's the very first paragraph on rosemary in my book because I'm a woman and it's just the best. So there's an old English lore that if you have a rosemary bush in or around your home and it is flourishing and big and fluffy and beautiful, that means that the woman wears the pants in the house. So if you have a big rosemary plant and it's big and beautiful, the woman is the ruler of the house. And that tale goes on to say if the man of the house were to bring harm to that plant, there would be no hope or relief of the woman stepping down her rule. So I think that's absolutely hilarious and I love it. So if you are a woman and you need to make your stance, go ahead and plant a big rosemary bush in your house or outside your house. Another very, very, very old lore. I don't know if I have it in this one actually. Nope, I don't. Another very old lore is if you plant rosemary outside your front door, it wards off evil. So that's another beautiful excuse you can tell your significant other. A way to get your rosemary planted outside is to keep the evil away. But then just watch how big and beautiful it grows. Rebecca, I need to plant some rosemary. I know, right? It's the best. And it grows so easy, so it's perfect. So Richard Folklore was an author of plant lore written back in 1892. He mentions that in Sicily, rosemary was a favorite plant and that the young fairies would be disguised as snakes and hide concealed under its branches. So with most plants, there's some type of fairy lore connected to it. Another lore with rosemary is that it attracts elves. So if you plant rosemary in your gardens, you should attract some elves, and if you see snakes under there, it could be the fairies. So be very gentle with the snakes that you find. It was said during the Middle Ages that mothers would hang rosemary above the cradle to protect against fairies from stealing their babies. So there was lots of folklore many years ago about, changelings, where fairies would come and switch out a baby for a fairy baby, basically, but it wouldn't be the real child. So there was lots of fear around this, lots of infant sickness. The lore came from a lot of that as well. So if they hung a rosemary plant above the baby's crib, it meant that the fairies would stay away. And then, so another very cool thing, this is more history based, is I'm sure you guys have heard of the essential oil called For Thieves. I think that's what it's called. The Thieves Oil. It's like huge, and you can get it off Young Living, and they made like a big deal out of it. It's amazing oil. You don't need to buy it from Young Living. You can make it yourself, or there's so many other amazing quality essential oils out there, even just right on Amazon. So what For Thieves is an essential oil that contains several different ingredients, and that's clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. Rebecca should have hung rosemary above Luna's bed then. We call her our changeling. Oh goodness. Yes, you should have. That's so cute. She's adorable. So what the story is back during the bubonic plague, when everyone was sick, everyone was dying, there were these 4 thieves, and they wore these, I think, I'm trying to remember this correctly, like some type of mask thing over their face, and in that mask they put these herbs, the clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and the rosemary. And because they had these herbs right over their face, they did not get sick. And so they were called thieves because they were going around all the dead bodies that were dying from this plague, and they were stealing all of their personal items, their pocket money and jewelry or whatever it was. So eventually these 4 thieves were caught, and the police or the government, whoever was finding them, told them that if they gave them their secret to not getting sick, then they would be allowed to go free and not be hung for their crimes. So they gave away their secret, that it was these herbs that they had on their face of the clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And that is how a lot of people got healthy again. So this continues. After that, so this was back in the 1600s. So once that was kind of acknowledged and accepted, it became so sought after to buy rosemary that the price increased from 1 shilling to an armful, 1 shilling for an armful of branches. So all of the, like, let me move this back over here. All of these little branches, a whole armful. It's probably like 80 branches, whatever that, I mean, that's a lot. 1 shilling for an armful, all the way up to 6 shillings for a handful. That's how sought after rosemary became during the bubonic plague. Hey there, Chelsea. This is amazing information. Thank you so much for sharing. We don't talk about history enough. It's very important. Foundational knowledge that increases your power. Absolutely, girl. That's why I love this so much. There's so much wisdom and knowledge and healing in all of this. So yes, I'm very excited to share. So yes, so after the bubonic plague, or as it was still going on, but people realized that this was a healing herb. It was keeping people from dying. So the price shot up from 1 shilling to an armful, for an armful, to 6 shillings for just a handful. Okay, that's huge. And to put that into perspective, a fat pig cost 1 shilling. And 18 gallons of ale cost 3 shillings. So that's insane. That is an insane price. I mean, we're hundreds of years ago, the prices were just, you know, nothing to what they are in these days. So if you could buy 18 gallons of ale for 3 shillings, but you could barely buy just a handful of rosemary for 6. Double the price just for a handful. That is how important rosemary was to healing and to all of that. So very, very powerful herb to use. The other thing about it is it's safe. It's a safe herb to use. You can use it with your kids. You can use it with the elderly. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing herb. There's also a million ways to use it, so we're just going to go over a couple of them. But yeah, so super exciting. I just absolutely love that stuff. Do you guys have any questions before I keep going with that? I love that lore. Just love it. There was another very interesting lore about, I didn't put it in the book. Oh, forget it. I don't remember it well enough. I'll have to look it up and then post it in the comments later. So another thing that I really love about herbs, in that I, what's the word? I kind of like intuitively knew as a child. I don't know if you were ever the type of child that spoke to all the plants like I did, but I was absolutely that type of child. I would go talk to the trees all the time. I talked to the plants. And you can, if you're open to it, if you're in tune with it, if you allow yourself to make that connection, you can feel that every plant has a personality of its own. So rosemary is going to have a very different type of energy than chamomile will, or roses, or I'm trying to think of like a non-fire herb. Basil, I think. Basil's water. I mean, whatever. But whatever plants you have in your backyard, if you go out and you just kind of center yourself, connect with them, you'll feel that each plant has its own personality traits. And as I was starting to do my studies many years ago, probably close to 10 years ago, I started realizing that the plants that I am personally drawn to share personality traits of my own, which is very, very cool. And this is so much fun to go out and explore for yourself. So if you have a pen and paper or whatever, go ahead and write down your top like 5 favorite plants. So mine are rosemary, roses, lavender, pine, and ferns. Those are my 5. And each one of them has totally different personalities, but each one of them has like a huge connected personality to my own personal personality. So it's so much fun to see how the plants that you're drawn to reflect who you are as a person, which is just really mind-blowing. So in this book, I've added the personality traits of the plants, and I'm going to read them to you. And I'm going to go, let me find, let's see, what did I say? Ferns. I'm just going to read you the personality traits to my 5 favorite plants, just so you can kind of see, like start to see the connection and the resemblance. Especially if you know me personally, you'll be like, oh my God, that's totally you. So fern personality is low maintenance. Depends what kind of low maintenance. Confident, humble, strong connection with family, sincere, traditional and old soul, likes to travel, and a daydreamer. So if you know me at all, I cannot keep my feet in one place. We're always traveling. I'm always daydreaming. I'm not high maintenance. Like I don't go do my nails and any of that stuff, but I do like my fluoride-free water and all of that. So pick and choose. Sorry, so let's see, what else did I say? Lavender. All my pages are stuck together. So lavender personality is mothering, healing, compassionate, brave, bold, generous with time for others, overcomes obstacles, loves nature, plants, and animals. I feel like I have every single one of those. That just all resonates with me so much. Aiden is my world, my whole, everything revolves around being a mother to him. All of my work that I do is about healing and being compassionate with people all over the world. And of course, my love for nature, just all of it. It's amazing how much the plants you are drawn to actually reflect your own personality. So that's 2. And then, what else did I say? Rose and pine. And then rosemary. Right, so pine. These are pine trees, evergreens. Their personality traits are peace, loving. So just loving to have that peaceful space. Patience. Not afraid to take risks. Family loving. Harmonious. Introverted. Big time. Easy to get along with. Observing, and a good listener. Again, I just feel like I connect with every single one of those, and these just blow my mind. And if I were to like open to a random one, let's see, let's go to dandelion. Thrives in difficult situations, no. Adaptable, okay, maybe. Resilient, don't like to be. Tough, strong, makes a great leader. I feel like that's all way too outgoing for me. Like those don't connect with me. All right, so then where were we? Rose and then rosemary. So rose personality traits are quiet, traditional, love tradition. That's a huge part of just this life journey that we're on. Getting away from the US. I feel like the US is a rebellious teenager. There's no tradition in the US whatsoever. So it was really important for me to be somewhere that's traditional and old, because I want my son to grow up in a lot of traditional ways, like traditional holidays, and just, I mean, I could go on about that. I won't bore you. Passionate, romantic, perfectionist. I can't tell you how many hours I spend on my website trying to make every single thing perfect. You would never know. Sometimes it's like 16 hours a day, sometimes more. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. I'm definitely a perfectionist. Again, loves to travel. There's that travel coming up again. Always thinks with their heart. That is absolutely huge for me. Sometimes my downfall, because I don't think with my head very often. And caring.
Mama.
Yes, baby. No, honey. So then the personality traits of Rosemary, since that's what we're talking about today, are young at heart, high vibrational, determined, excels at multitasking. I'm not good at that one. Kind-hearted, easy to fall in love with, enthusiastic, looks for beauty in everything, fiery. I am a Leo. And loves alone time. That also goes in with the introvert part of me, absolutely. So again, so much fun. It's absolutely mind-blowing when I started to piece this all together, how it wasn't just me creating these friendships in nature. I was feeling the energies of them, and I was being drawn to myself, right? That's what we do in everything in life, right? We're drawn to anybody, to people, to animals, to anything that reflects what we're going through, what we're feeling, what we want to be, all of those things, right? We're always, always, always drawn to the things that reflect who we are, who we want to be. Rebecca Rose is my favorite and matched quite a bit. Yes. I know we went over this a couple times in the Goddess Gathering group. It's so much fun, and it never ceases to stop blowing my mind. So yeah, this book has 54 different herbs, plants, and trees in it that all have all of the information. If you guys want just the book, you can get it on Amazon. It's so much fun. If you don't want the book, that's totally cool too. You can Google personality traits for your favorite plants, and things should come up for you for that. So a lot of fun. Just do that just to kind of see, just to be like, I don't know, I feel like there's so much truth and power in seeing that connection. Like when you open up, say your favorite plant is bluebells, you open it up and you're connecting with every single one of those personality traits, or maybe 3/4 of those personality traits. That really says a lot. It's really it's really like a confirmation that you are connecting with this plant, that you are listening to your intuition, that you're connecting on a very spiritual level with the earth realm, which is so important, and we definitely don't do enough. Okay, so much fun. So before we go into making our fun little stuff, Aiden, can you do me a favor? Aiden, can you do me a favor? Can you go turn on the water?
The what?
Where I make my coffee. Just push the button.
Is it full of water?
Yep.
I just put...
Just push the button, that's all I need you to do.
Which button?
The clear one. Yep.
But I'm hungry.
I know. So before we go into making some fun little stuff, I want to know what your favorite plants are. So if you have some favorite herbs, flowers, trees, post them in the comments. I'm super curious to see what they are. And actually, if you post right now, and if it's in this book, I'll look it up for you real quick. So go ahead and let me know your top plant that you are connected to the most. And then if I have it, if it's one of these 54 plants, and I'll look it up for you. So let me know, and then we're gonna do some magic. Drink some of my rosemary water. You see so good for memory. Alice, irises. I do have irises in here. Let's see. Iris. Personality traits of Iris are art-loving, creative, loves history, a dreamer, optimistic, imaginative, and a loyal friend. So let me know if those connect with you. Monica, same as yours. Change the fern for basil. I love basil. I do have that in here as well. Let's see. For Monica, basil. Motivated, focused, loves to take on new tasks, friendly, confident, outgoing, good at multitasking. I know that's you. And ambitious. I know that's you as well. Let's see. Marigold. I don't know if I have that one in here. No. Nope, I don't have that one in here. If you have another one, then I can look that one up. But I do not have marigold. Let's see what else. Lavender, rosemary, and sunflowers. I have not read sunflowers yet, so I can do that one for you. So the personality traits of sunflowers are cheerful, optimistic, energetic, easy to love, and social butterflies. Let's see. Laura, love basil. Yeah, that one's really you too. Absolutely. Let's see. Rebecca, rose, lavender, calendula, marigold, wisteria, thyme. I think I have thyme in here. Thyme is one of my favorites. Yep, right here. I'll read that one for you. Birch. Oh my god, I love birch too. Also another favorite. So thyme is patient. Girl, I know that's you. Reliable, warm-hearted, yes, 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 loving and welcome, determined, empathic, and a genuine friend. I know for a fact every single one of those are you, Rebecca. And that, again, is for time. Kitty, not so much a social butterfly. That's all right. Some of them, I forget which one it was. There was one in the list of mine where I was just like, that one is definitely not me. But if you get like more than half of them that fit your personality, I think you're doing pretty good. Is there anyone else that has, let me look in here real quick. Did I miss any? Do you have any others that you want me to check out quick? Oh, let me see what time it is. Oh, we're good. Okay. Corinne, I hope I said that right. If you have another one that you want to suggest, another plant that you're really drawn to, I can look it up for you because I do not have marigold in here. And if anyone else has one of their favorites, let me see. Let me look up birch for you because birch is also one of mine. I love birch. I do not have mushrooms in this. I do want to do a whole book and card, like a whole series on just mushrooms. That's my next project. So for birch, strong personality traits are highly driven and motivated, tolerant and resilient, natural-born leaders, cool-headed and calm, pleasant to be around, spiritually inclined, modest yet highly intelligent, and love a cozy home, books, and music. It's very specific. Another thing that I'm not reading is, so you have the strong personality traits, and then there's also weak personality traits on all of these. So some of the weak personality traits for Birch, I'll read these, are prone to moralizing, sometimes targets of hatred, and withdrawn. So as all personalities have their positives, they also have their negatives, and those are all explained in here as well. Let's see. Oh, Ivy. All right, I'll do Ochre and Calendula. Let me see if I have Calendula. I don't think I do. Nope, I don't have that one either. Give me one more if you've got it. While you're thinking, I will do Ivy. I know I have Ivy. Where is it? Oh, it might be under English Ivy. Yep, there it is. Confident, knows their weakness, flirty, motivated, intelligent, outgoing, and seems to always get their way. But then their weak personality traits are they rarely let people in, fear of being powerless, and manipulative. Let's see if there's any else. These are just so much fun. I could go over these again and again and again and again. I don't even know what that is. Nestor, if that's a Latin name, I don't think I have that one either. So I'll tell you all the ones that I have in here. We have Alder. Oh, this is going to take forever to go through. Ash, Baby's Breath, Basil, Bay Laurel, Belladonna, Birch, Bluebells, Buttercup, Cattails, Cedar, Chamomile, Cinnamon, Clary Sage, Clover, Daffodils, Dandelions, Dill, Elder, English Ivy, Fennel, Fern, Foxglove. I feel like I'm skipping some. Hawthorn, Herb Robert, Holly, Iris, Jasmine, Lavender. Okay, I'll read Dill in a second. Lemongrass, Lilac, love lilac. I'm going to read lilac quick because that's one of my favorites. Vivacious, oh goodness. Nostalgic, totally. Romantic, flirty, loves to decorate with antiques. You guys, you don't even have like any view of my home. I am an old lady in a younger woman's body. Traditional, again, there it comes up again. Naturally nurturing and youthful. Totally me. Lilacs are one of my favorites as well. Let's see, where was I? Lily of the Valley, Lupin, Mandrake, Maple, Morning Glory, Mugwort, Nettle, Oak, Pine, Peonies, Peppermint, Queen Anne's Lace, Rose, Rosemary, Sage, Sunflower, Sweet Pea, Thistle, Thyme, violet. My pages are stuck. Willow, witch hazel. My poor book. Yarrow. I think that's the last one. Yep. That's the last one. Okay. Oh my goodness, Monica, I know that lupin was gorgeous. It was just wild everywhere. So beautiful. Okay, dill. I will read dill for you quick. I love dill. Dill is my favorite herb to cook with. I put it in like every single soup that I make. Let's see. Oh, and there's also recipes. So every single thing in here, except the poisonous ones, have delicious recipes that you can make. The toxic ones do have recipes for spells. Do not eat them. Let's see. Dill. Dominant, strong, vibrant, outgoing, likes to make friends, and motivated. So those are those. Aiden, can you go push the button again? Sorry, I took too long. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. I definitely highly suggest you make a list of your favorite plants and then get the book or look up on Google all of the personality traits and see how you mesh with them. And then it's also really good if you have a garden or you have indoor plants, you can plant them and it kind of just like enhances your own personality traits because it's like putting in different pieces of yourself. So much fun. All right. Now going more into the magic side of this, rosemary has been used for a very long time for cleansing. You can burn it, so you can get a whole bunch of little rosemary branches, and you can do just rosemary, or one of my favorites, cedar, and just, I mean, this is nowhere near enough for a bundle, but make a bundle out of rosemary and cedar, wrap them all up, let them dry, and then you can burn these the same way that you would burn a bundle of sage. So same exact effects. People think differently about using sage. If you're really not into using sage because of the Native American side of it, use these. They're so cleansing. So you can burn them. Another thing that was Another thing that was done with them is rosemary would be sprinkled all over the floor and then swept out of the house. So as you're doing this, you're sweeping up any negative energy that had been walked in through your house. Rebecca, I just tried to smell my phone. It does. Oh my God. It smells amazing. Smell it. It's so yummy. I love these smells. And honestly, I love the smell of these a lot better than sage. I do use sage. I have no problem using sage. I would prefer to grow my own sage and use that. I don't like buying it at the store. However, this combination smells way better to me. I love it. I don't know, there's just something a little bit more magical about it. Another thing you can do with it is you can take a bath with it. It's very cleansing, so if you're just feeling like heavy and stressed out, put some rosemary, or you can do rosemary oil. Just be careful with the amount you use. Always mix it with a carrier oil first. Coconut oil is fine. And then you can put it in your bath, and this will cleanse your body. It'll cleanse your spirit. It's just a really nice way to cleanse your physicalness. Another thing you can do that we're gonna make is a room spray, a cleansing room spray. So we're gonna make that today. And then, and the floor sweeping, which I already said. So before we make this, that's all of my notes. So I'm gonna run and I'm gonna get the hot water really quick. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, I'm broken. Okay. Oh, I'm too old to sit on the floor. Oh my god. Okay. You're gonna take, I'm gonna make a mess. I already know it. I can feel it. Okay. Aiden, will you get me a towel? Just in case. Can you get me a towel? Okay. This is a really bad idea to be doing this out here.
It's a bad idea, honestly.
No, go get a towel. Okay, so you're gonna take your jar, your little jar, and you're gonna fill it up with hot water. So I just had this water boiling. Yeah, bring me the towel just so I don't boil myself over here. Okay.
Aww.
I'm just gonna be very careful. Pour it. So carefully. Okay. I'm not gonna push my luck. That's enough. Oi! Okay. Alright, will you put this back in the kitchen?
What?
Will you put that back in the kitchen? Just touch the handle.
What?
Just touch the handle, don't touch that part. Oh, that's hot. Can you get it? Good job. Okay. So what we're gonna put in here is super simple: salt and rosemary. So just making a huge mess over here. Let's go ahead and sprinkle some salt in. Salt, if you use any type of magic at all, you know already that salt is used for protection. Very, very well known ingredient to use. You don't have to do too much, just a couple little pinches of salt. And then you're going to take your fresh rosemary. Go ahead and put it in. This one's going to be too big. I'm going to break it. So just fill that right up. You can't really see because my glass is blue, but it's all in there. And then if you want to add essential oil, what kind of salt am I using? I am just using sea salt, Cornish sea salt. It's just the biggest thing that I could get at the local grocery store that wasn't like table salt. Like, we don't ever use that. So yeah, just sea salt is fine. It's like really big flakes. I don't know how well you guys can see it, but it's the best for magic. If you want to add a drop of rosemary oil as well, you can do that. We'll go ahead and we'll put a couple drops. And then close it up. Oh, it's so hot. So before I did this, I should have mentioned this first. I did clean this jar. I also cleansed it already. So I was using energy as well as some other Palo Santo that I had. So clean out your little sprayer. Be very careful. Don't burn yourself. I'm so proud of myself. I didn't die. So then, yeah, there you have your little protection spray. It's also a cleansing spray. This pretty much will work just as effectively as burning rosemary or burning sage. So if you live somewhere where you can't burn a bundle of rosemary or a bundle of sage, this is perfect because it's not going to set off any type of smoke alarms. Just give it a shake. The hot water is helping the rosemary to absorb into the water, So you have like a nice rosemary tea, slushy tea in here basically. And then with the protection salts and the essential oils. So leave it until it cools all the way down to room temperature, a few hours, whatever you need. And then you can spray your room, spray your bedding, spray all over the place. So easy, super effective, and it costs nothing. I mean, so many places just have rosemary growing in their gardens. Just kind of sneak by and take a branch. That's all you need. So easy. And then salt, everyone has salt. So yes, that is all the excitement for today. I'm super happy that you joined me. If you want to go even deeper into the magic of rosemary, I'm going live in another group, in my group, The Goddess Gathering, 1 hour from now. And we're going to be doing all sorts of rosemary magic. So I'm really excited. I just gave you guys a little taste test. But in the group, in an hour, we're going to be making medicine. We're going to be doing magic spells. We're going to be doing all sorts of amazing things. So I'm not going to give too much away. But if you want to join, you can join today for free. So if you're super excited, you're loving this, you just want to know more about rosemary, join us. It's free. So you get 7 days free. So it costs you absolutely nothing to join today. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had so much fun, and thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. And that's it. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.